Hello and welcome to another video of me showing off my personal art collection. This is stuff that I drew that I will keep in my archives until I croak. Will never sell it. It's mine. And majority of these come from my book, Pocalypse, that I drew and published back in 2010. This is a graphic novel. You can get it now, digitally and physically. If you ever see me in person or if I ever get an online store going, Pocalypse Revelation. There actually is a sequel that I started but never finished. Maybe someday I'll finish it. But you can check out the original right here. And a matter of fact, here's the original art to that cover. It's actually the second cover I did because I originally published it and hated the coloring on it. So I redid it, and I hated the cover. So I redid the cover and recolored the whole thing. And that's the art right there. See? Boom, boom. That, I don't know what that is. That's from something else. And I just pasted that on it. So these are some of my favorite pages from the book. There's the opening shot. What an opening shot, huh? And then one of my favorite pages of the bad guy. Cuts off a dude's face. This is a super, super violent book. Not for kids. The only reason I kept this page, I think, is because I actually drew cars pretty decent there. I hate drawing cars, but there I did all right. And then this is a flashback of when the bombs dropped. It takes place, obviously, in a post-apocalyptic world, hence the name Pocalypse. And this is, again, same thing. She wakes up from a dream. Was that really how it went down? Is that how she survived the apocalypse? We don't know. But here she is petting the kitty. Milo was based on a cat that I used to have many years ago. Opening shot or splash shot for when she confronts the bad guys, and then unloads. I think I fixed those eyes digitally. She looks too cross-eyed there, so that might be different in the book. And this is a double splash page of her just unloading on the bad guys. These were bad guys. They deserved it, so don't feel bad for them. Super, super violent. And just some barking orders there from the bad guy. And this was actually the last page of the book. I have it here. And that's Apocalypse. Beyond that, in this same book, I've got other stuff here. This is the cover to a book called The Expendables that I did with my buddy Brett. I kept that page. This is a page from a horror comic. This was called Zombie Rock. This aging rock star becomes a zombie and no one really notices because he's just so strung out on drugs all the time. But quite a fun shot. And then this is another horror comic I did called Tales of Sequential Mayhem. This is about a publicist for an aging actress who's pretty demanding, and he hates her so much he has to poison her. He has to kill her. This was inspired by EC horror comics from back in the day. You can see the style. It's a little in that vein. And then here's some stuff. Here's another horror comic I did. This is basically a time travel story about a music obsessed fan who ends up going back in time and saving John Lennon from being murdered, and it has weird repercussions when he returns back to the future. This is a promo piece that I did for Oodles of Doodles. It's a pinup book. Some sort of space girl with a bad monster. This is the cover art to another horror book I did called Tales from the Gore. It was a tribute comic I did for a buddy of mine who passed away. And then lastly, I'll show you here, because the rest of this stuff is not safe for work. I'll get kicked off YouTube. Just some shots of me, Copic markers. This is one of my favorite things I've ever done. As a matter of fact, I've used this piece a lot for promo and for stuff like that. So if you've seen this before, this is the original art to it, and I'll never sell it. It's mine. And you saw this right quick. This is a space alien hunting video game inspired piece for something from the Patreon. I don't think it's been uploaded yet, but for those of you that's on the Patreon, you'll see that soon. So that's it. And they're all autographed, ready for when I croak to go to auction or go to someone that wants them. But for now, you can get the book that this is from, and Pocalypse, available at idiothead.com, my website. Go check it out. If you like post-apocalyptic, super violent stuff, this will be for you. Thanks for watching.